Had to pull this car up far enough. We got to check the exhaust. We're going to measure up what we need and get what we need here at the store. From what I remember when I looked under there is that the flex pipe that's down there is basically, well, it's torn. Duke Boys moment, going over a couple of industrial curb lines on accident one night. I was in an area where I wasn't familiar with, and well, the car took it like a champ, but tore the exhaust. So we're looking into that right now, and the next half hour I actually got to go to ex-missus. The last thunderstorm that we had, Farkle messed up her paw really bad, tearing up some drywall in the house. There's the piece right there. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what I need. See, I made the kayak like this, everybody, so I can just lower it down and roll it right to the water with it full weight, you know, with everything in it. With everything in it, basically. So I don't have to stop at the lake and then load everything. It's ready to go. I can just pull it over there, see? I cut up one of the dollies that was here to make a little trailer for it. Yeah, this thing is heavy with it loaded down. There's a marine battery in the front. There's a trolling motor. The counterweight's on the side. And all your fishing gear and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty heavy. But now that that's out of the way, what I was trying to explain earlier before this camera cut off is that there was a thunderstorm a little while back, and Farkle, that's ex-Mrs. White Pit Bull over there, she well, she had an anxiety attack and she tore up a whole wall, and she screwed up her paw really bad. It's infected, and I gotta go give her medicine to calm her down right now because she's going to the vet today. I'm gonna do everything I can do to help the dog out, but at the same time, you know, we got to continue to keep stuff going. Over at the ex-missus, we have scrap metal over there that we can load while we're there. That's why I just emptied out the truck. But yeah, speaking of the truck, I want to work on this truck today. We just measured out the exhaust for the car. I'm going to get parts for that as well. But here's like a detailed walkthrough of the truck. I want to work on the crane that's up there. For sure. The bottle jack is blown out. The seal is bad on it. So basically what that bottle jack does is that it's meant to basically lift the arm up on the crane to give me a higher reach for the second story that I have built up there. That I have a ladder rack, and there's a wood floor with a tin roof built up on top. And essentially what I use that crane for is be able to lift big and heavy items up on top, so they're up and out of the way, and it helps me haul more per load. Either way, without that bottle jack, it's very convenient for me to load things up here, which I'll demonstrate here once we get to the ex-missus house. We're going to do some scrap metal there. We'll show you what's going on. It's a great truck. I just gotta keep the components on it working right, you know, the crane and everything. Yeah. I got some boards I need to replace on the second floor of the truck right here. Some of them are starting to rot out. That's getting pretty bad. But that's what it is. It's basically 20-foot bleacher boards underneath. And then I got a small thin layer of tin sheet metal over the top of it to create a harder surface up there. You know, and it's important that I fix my crane so it functions correctly, because I have a whole second story to my truck right up here, and I use that crane a lot to load things up here at ease without an issue. But there's the bottle jack I'm talking about right there. The seal is blown out and my arm doesn't go up. But that's one thing I would explain right now, is that what I will say is that the crane is always just fully extended out just the way it is. You can bring it in about 1.5 feet, but I like the full reach because it helps me swing bigger items up there. Anyways, we're gonna take the truck, go to the ex-missus, get Farkle her medicine, see how she's doing, and then load some scrap metal over there at her house. Okay, let's go get Farkle her medicine. Hey, stop barking. Hi, Farkle. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's her medicine right there. I gotta get some cheese. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to get her to take that. There. Beauty. Oh yeah, she's not gonna have a problem eating that. Farkle! Hey, I got a treat for you, okay? I'll let her finish drinking up all that water. She basically acts as a sump pump when it comes to drinking water. That's the good thing about her. She drinks lots of water. Hey, Farkle, I got a treat. Yum, yum, yum. Here. Yummy, yummy. Mmm. Yummy, yummy. Oi. Good girl. I'll give you a piece of cheese too, Mason boy, so you're not left out, okay? Cheesy, cheesy. Ow. Just took the whole slice. Alright, so I'm basically improperly parked out there at the road. I did that for a reason, so I can load a heavy unit that's in this yard. So we're gonna do that right now. So this is like a 24-foot conveyor thing I thought I was going to use at one point. I never ended up using it. It just, yeah. It's just a big chunk of tin shred to me at this point. I've even tried selling it, and that's no good either, so. I just got to get it out the door to the crane. The crane will lift it right on top of the truck. We don't need it. It's got to go bye-bye. There. We're to load this thing up. Stay, Farkle. Yeah, her toe does not look good. But here in a second, I'm going to show you all what she did to the house this time. a windy day. Nothing I can do about that, but Farkle got her medicine. That's important. I'm getting some of this scrap out of the yard. We're gonna have to take the demo saw out back and cut something up. And then from here, after we're done loading this scrap, we're gonna go to the store and go get the exhaust parts we need for the car. I gotta make that thing quiet down. It's loud. It's gonna go on the first, it's gonna have to go on the first floor here. Unfortunately, that's where it's gonna go. I guess if I had strapped it a little bit tighter, we would have been all right, but that's okay. There's room on the first floor for that thing. I just gotta flop this wheelchair up out of the way. There. That is a very heavy unit. Okay. Join me to the backyard. We're gonna grab a couple more things. Farkle's got her medicine. She's just chilling in the sun. Yeah, you guys can see how infected her paw is. That's pretty bad right there, see? What did you do? Huh? Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, you don't like putting pressure on it now, huh? I'll show you what she did. Just one second. You guys can look at her from here too, while I show you what she did. Okay. This was her latest victim. This dog went straight to the studs on this corner. Literally destroyed the whole corner right here. So that's got to all get cut out and repatched, and you know, and I'm pretty sure there's been more damages. Yeah, that got worse right there too. But it's just too bad. We can't stop her from doing it unless we kennel her every time there's a storm. But hopefully when she goes to the vet, that's Mason Boy. Hopefully when she goes to the vet, maybe they can give her some more pointers on what she could do to help this issue, because it's reoccurring. It keeps happening, and you know, she's my ex-missus, so I am not here all the time. I'm busy doing other things. You guys know that. So I'm just happy to be able to get here, give her the meds that she needs. Hopefully those calm her down. I'm pretty sure she's gonna have some sort of like a foot surgery deal. But you know, you're turning into a little money pit, Missy. You money pit dog. Yeah. Not that it's a bad thing, but that's a bad thing, you know. Hey, get out of the doorway. But anyways, yeah, money pit dog, and that's Mason Boy right there. He listens. But you know, what can you do? What can you do at that point? All right, we're gonna go back here and we're gonna grab this. Here's one of these staircase handicap accessible things. You sit in it, and you ride up the stairs. That's what that is right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut the motor side off, and the rest of it's all number 9 aluminum. And that's something that I'm not going to reuse anymore after doing research on these. You have to get them certified, and that costs money. I'm not going to spend money on something that, you know, that I'm not going to use just to have it certified to try to sell it. That doesn't make sense to me. But either way, that's what this thing is, and it's really heavy. And it's connected to that foliage. Yeah. That's one big solid piece of aluminum right there. Got it. There, that's light enough. We're gonna go load that up real quick. See what else we can grab. That's a good, nice hefty chunk of aluminum. But this video is about getting Farkle her medicine, doing the car repairs on the car that's needed, looking into seeing what I gotta do that crane to get that jack working better. The reason why it ended up here on the first floor is because I don't have enough reach no more. That bottle jack is made to lift that whole arm up. I can almost lift it all the way straight up and get a lot of height out of it if I wanted to, or if I needed to, in case, you know, just like that 24-foot conveyor thing. I need extra reach, and that's hindering me from being able to load bigger things. So, you know, because I absolutely love the ability that I'm able to load things from the ground onto the first and the second floor. I always thought that was nice. I mean, what else do we got over here? We got, there's some angle iron, and there's some big core drill bits. Some stainless steel handrails, we can take those. There's some other pieces of stainless right there. And then there's also stuff in the basement yet. We got Corvette wheels. I don't want to bring any more wheels over at the house right now. I got a whole pile of them. We got this piece of e-waste that was just sitting back here. Yeah. Okay. Where to grab that trash can with the handrails. We can take these things. That's stainless steel. Oh, that's a mess. Yeah, that's stainless steel. I cooked hot dogs on this one time or another. It's a big sheet of stainless. There's stainless steel. This could be aluminum. Yeah, it's like a big sheet of aluminum, I think. Those are nice pieces to have in case you got to work on something with aluminum anyway. Probably one of the reasons why I tried saving that. You know, I've held on to this stuff for so long, thinking that I would use it one day on something, and that one day it never comes, and then it just, you know, sits in the yard, a yard. That's stainless steel. The rest of this is gardening tools. Stainless steel. We're over here, Ogre. Over here. Yeah. There. Let's get this stuff to the truck. That's fine. There. Stainless steel. What else? I think that's going to be it for now. I want to keep this angle iron here. These big steel core bits, I don't know what I want to do with them yet. They're going to get scrapped, but I want to make sure I get the right metal price for it. You know, these are huge, long stainless steel rods I've been hanging on to. I'm not scrapping those. There's diamond plate aluminum. I'm saving that. These IBC totes, those have got to go. I got one left of those. And these sheets right here of stainless, I want to save them, so they're going to stay right here right now. We got quite a bit of items out of the yard for the most part so far. Farkle got her medicine. Now we have to quickly migrate over to the auto shop and get those exhaust parts we need for the car. That's got to happen next, Mason boy. Okay. Okay. Then we're going to check on Farkle one more time, and then we got to go. Because we got 4 or 5 other things we want to accomplish today. That's going to be all basically, you know, cleaning stuff up, fixing up the car, etc. Work on the truck crane if I can do something about that. Maybe I can find a way to fix the seal. I highly doubt it though. I'm doubting that part. There. That goes there. Alright. That was a good bit of weight. That conveyor belt's no joke though. That thing is heavy. But that cleans up this whole side of the yard. The only thing I have left there is a wheelbarrow and that pallet jack roller. Buggy mobile. Right, Mason boy? I'm gonna wash my hands and we gotta get out of here. You be a good girl, okay? Yeah, that's no good. Hey, no, you're fine. Stay. I just want to look at it. She won't even let me look at it. The vet's gonna look at it today, okay? I love you. You just chill, all right? That's Farkle. I need a bottle of water. I'm thirsty. Me and Mason have got to hit the road. We got to get to the auto store now. Yep, that's what's next. All right, these are the parts that we needed for the car. We needed a couple new exhaust clamps and this bad boy right here. I got the longest one that they had there because, well, I'm just going to cut out what I need to cut out and slip this on and zip it on, and away we go. I'll probably throw a couple of spot welds on it if that's what we need, but I don't think we might not even need that. We just need those two clamps to work the right way. And we should be able to clamp that right on there and be on our merry little way with a quiet car now, with a quieter car now. I don't think it's going to take out all of the exhaust noise because, well, there's other parts of the exhaust that look a little raggedy, but fixing that main one should be totally quiet now. So we're heading there, back to the house. We're going to work on the car and we're going to evaluate the truck crane. I got to find out, you know, like my best alternative for that truck crane is if I can find a replacement bottle jack from the exact brand of that crane. That would be my best bet. I'd be able to cut that one off and put the new one on. That's what I want, but I don't know if they sell just the bottle jack, you know. So if they don't and they make me buy a whole new crane setup, then that means I have a lot of work on my hands. It's going to be a full day project to restore the crane if I'm going to replace the arm, because I got to make all sorts of different brackets. I have to reattach all my electronics and my winch motor and everything over to the new crane. So it's like a whole teardown, basically, all the way down to the initial C-channel pedestal that you see on the truck. Everything from there up would be replaced if I have to replace the whole arm and the bottle jack itself, basically replacing the whole crane and flopping everything over to it. And I don't want to do that if I don't have to, because really all I need for that thing is the bottle jack. That'd be so much easier to replace that than everything else. Mason, right? That would be easier than replacing everything else, Mason boy? Yeah, boss. It would be easier. Okay. I'm gonna take my bow off just to give you guys an idea of what my idea was, I guess. I just went into the shop with a measuring tape and I measured kind of what I think the new one could look like and how it could work and stuff. And I don't know, I'm starting to look at the diameter of the one that I got and it looks like to be a little bit bigger for sure. But right here is where the initial fix once was in the beginning, I guess you could say. That's where that piece is hooked onto, and from what I remember is there is not much to work with on this little guy right here. There is not much to connect to, and that's kind of all welded in the solid piece. So what I thought I would do is cut right here at this weld and delete the flex pipe back, and then this would be my new mounting point for the new piece, since that's still solid. And I don't want to, if I tear that off of there, it's just opening up a can of worms I'm not interested in, really. So we're going to cut right here where it's nice and open, and then wherever it ends up, basically. So that'll be where the new piece is, and it looks like the next piece is going to be up there at that bend up there, which it would be just fine, really. This is going to work really good. NASA helmet. Good. There's the out with the old, And hopefully just nicely and peacefully like in with the new. That would be frickin' sweet. But it all boils down to, will this slide on there easy? I think it will. Yep, and with the new. Okay. To make the car shut up. Happily ever after. I'm gonna slide this one like this so it don't scrape along the road, because this is a natural low spot when the car sits. And I'll be cutting these little these bits of studs off too, so this work sits flatter with the rest of the exhaust. I remember this from last time. We'll be better off this way for sure. Yeah, he's friendly. All right, we're gonna test it out. You guys remember how loud it was before. So you be the judge, we'll see. I'm gonna stick the mic right down there too. Oh yeah. That's nice and quiet. Perfect. Professional. Professional. It's like a speedboat, dude. Look at that. We were going like 6 or 7 miles an hour on a kayak. That's pretty good. Nah, just moseying around. We gotta let her down a bit more. There.